the polpetti frita, which is lightly fried octopus stuffed with garlic, capers, and olives. Because I've never had that before, and again, let's try something new. Even though I want to try the salmon, I'm gonna do the vitello cognac, which is veal scallopini with cognac cream sauce, mustache, spinach. Sounds really, really excellent. And dolce, I'm gonna do the blood orange raspberry sorbet. I may ask for a side of limoncello, and that will be my meal for today. So I'm really, really excited. And I also want to say too that the restaurant looks very, very clean. It reminds me a lot of Pasta Italiana, where it's just kind of very clean and futuristic looking. So, I'm really excited for everything. So, this is the octopus appetizer, and automatically it looks really, really good. I also like how it's in a small bowl, because, it's always good when you have like a sauce or stuff like that, because that just means like when you eat it, you are forced to kind of scoop it up a little bit, so that way the sauce is getting wasted. And I also love the smell of it. It smells a lot like calamari. And I also like how there isn't a lot there, because I've had appetizers that felt very, very heavy. And I also like, because like the octopus is definitely crispy brown. It's contrasted with the red of the sauce, and also like some of the vegetables. So that way it kind of makes you feel like you are eating something healthy. So there's a really, really great composition with all of this. And I also like, and as I said before, I like that this is an appetizer that feels like an appetizer, because usually if you get something like a calamari really ruins your appetite, because it's so like fatty and greasy, and there's a lot of calamari, where I feel like I can have this and I can be like, you know what, I have enough for my veal and my ice cream at the end, so sorbet at the end. So I'm looking really, really freaking forward to this. It smells really freaking good, and I would even say just presentation wise, it's very, very strong. These are people who care. I'm a little intimidated because I don't remember the last time I had octopus. It has to be decades ago, so I just hope that it's not something that I don't like. It does taste a lot like calamari, except like a healthier version of calamari. It's almost like, if you eat chicken and alligator is more healthier than chicken. There's more subtle flavors in alligator. And when I think of calamari and I think of fried octopus, it's the same thing, that there's a more subtle flavor. And usually in fancy restaurants, you want to go for subtle flavors. You don't want to go, if you go to a diner, you want more of a saturated flavor. If you go to like if you go to Man vs. Food, all those like diners where it's like unhealthy food, it's more saturated. So I like the subtle taste of the octopus. And also the subtle taste of the deep fry. I don't feel like that they're over frying it, which is good. I'm very happy with this. I think if they added some olive oil to it, it would be transcendent, but definitely this is one of the best appetizers I've ever had. And for a restaurant with menu, very appropriate option, because I think that one thing you need to do with Restaurant Week is to show the best that you can do, but also force people to try different options. I think most people wouldn't want to try octopus unless they're a fan of octopus, but just having this as one of three options, it kind of, in some ways, it kind of keeps you in the parameter of like saying, you know what, like pick and choose. And maybe you think octopus is the best option, so you're going to try it, and you're going to either like it or hate it. But I'm happy with this octopus. Yeah, so this is the veal. And it looks really, really good. I definitely think that, for the veal, they should have just put some spices on top. Just give it a little bit more color, and then just this glop of brown. I also like the spinach on the side, just making it kind of healthy. And I think that's kind of the appeal of this food, is that, they're trying to, like, give you a veal option that's healthy, not like something fried. And, it's kind of like, and I also love the plating, too, because, in good restaurants, they always want to put food on a big plate, because that way it kind of makes you feel like you're eating something that is enough but not too much, so it's good. And one of my favorite vegetables is mushrooms. I'm not sure if mushroom is a vegetable, but it's one of the healthy things you eat that tastes like vegetables. So I'm happy to have that, and I also have my spinach. So I also like how I'm having my meat cut, but there's other healthy options on the menu. And I also appreciate restaurants that do this, because there's a lot of restaurants that you go to a diner, there's a lot of like fried food options, but here it's like, you know, vegetables are part of the plate, and it's gonna keep you healthy and all that. So I also like that plating of, you know, it's gonna force you to eat your vegetables and all that. So I'm excited to try this out. It's good. I really, really love the sauce on it. I think they said some of the sauce is made with a bit of cognac, so I taste the alcohol. I also like how it isn't super salty. Because usually a lot of sauces are very salty. The sauce is very succulent, and it makes the mushrooms, you know, really transcendent. Now, just by eating the veal, I really, really feel inspired to continue doing this restaurant week, because it's definitely, you know, it's definitely so good that I want to see what else is out there. I feel like my $45 investment was worth it. So now I gotta try my vegetables, see how the spinach tastes. Yeah, I'm not really a vegetable person, but I'm trying to change that about myself. The vegetables are good. It tastes good in the sauce. And as somebody who's not really a vegetable person, this is kind of just, it's all right. It's just sort of more playful with the spinach. I can put nuts or put mango in it. So this is the blood orange raspberry sorbet, and that looks really, really freaking good. I can't wait to try this out. And I always like sorbets because it's one of those things too, like, you know, it isn't like an ice cream, it's more like a tangy flavor that's really, really delicious. And I love the presentation of this. Like, again, it makes me think of pasta italiana, because pasta italiana is also somebody who does desserts very, very well. I also like that they put these things on plates because it makes it more fancy, but also if it drips, it drips. There's no over the table. It's an interesting mix. I also like it a lot. It's definitely tangy. I feel like there's bits of orange in it, and I actually like that. I also like how there's I also like how there's whipped cream. It adds like a bit of vanilla taste that actually works for it. A light vanilla taste that works for it. And sorbet is kind of crunchy. You know, I like this. And I also like their raspberry sauce on top of it, because again, it looks like abstract art. There's different designs. Some restaurants do spirals. This is more of like a checkerboard. So I like how it imitates the designs of other restaurants. So it doesn't feel like they threw it on there without any thought. It feels like there was thought. I also like the color of it. It's kind of like an orange-pink color. And I kind of also like that they put freaking blood orange on it. Because this is like, you know, this is like the middle of October, Halloween. So it's going to appeal to some audience. Would I say that this is a good ending to everything I ordered? Absolutely. here at the Lemoncello, and look at this. It does look a little bit like abstract art with all the designs all over it, like something like a Jackson Pollock, but it's not an insult. It looks really, really good. I also like the powdered sugar on it because it adds a level of dimension. You know, like you see powdered sugar, and then you see, you know, food on top of it. It makes it kind of look like there's a lot going on when there is a lot going on. I've ordered this just as, you know, a separate side. So, Lemoncello. It's really, really good. I don't know which one's better, the one that I had at Pasta Italiana or this one. Just like Pasta Italiana, the desserts here are above and beyond. I also like their usage of strawberry sauce. Man, I love the use of sauce. I'm not sure if it's strawberry or black raspberry, but it doesn't matter to me because it tastes really good. And unlike Pasta Italiana, I really love the Lemoncello. It feels more lighter because when I'm having a dessert, I don't want it to feel super heavy, and it honestly feels like it's crafty. It doesn't feel like that they really cared about it. It was made today. It doesn't feel like it was something frozen and it's unfrozen. So I'm happy. The care is definitely there. And I'm one of those people that, you know, that's one of the reasons why I review restaurants, because, you know, there's a lot of people who have really great quality and they're kind of underrated, don't get the recognition that they deserve. So this just recognizing hard work that's being put out there in the world is very, very important to me. Definitely, I really enjoyed the food here, and I definitely will be back and look at the regular menu and see what they do well here as well. As far as, like, you know, the regular options outside of Restaurant Week, Cafe Bravo, it's definitely worth my time. It's definitely worth the $45 that they're charging. I would say that if you just wanted to do the $35 option, the appetizer and the dinner, it's well worth it, but you should really try the desserts as well. Because, you know, it's something different, it's something adventurous, and it's worth being adventurous, because that's just what food should be, is something adventurous. So, well worth it. And then also, too, there's some Restaurant Week menus that I'm looking at, and some of them are just like, just by looking at it, I get very, very hyped and I want to go to those places. And some of them just feel like that they just took to things that are on the regular menu and just slapped it on there. So I feel like this is one of the ones that it has quality. It doesn't feel like they slapped it on there. So I'm happy that it continues the momentum that I'm having with finding good Restaurant Week menus. And I'm not sure where I'm going to go tonight. I may go to Goodfellas for the first time in downtown New Haven. So I'll think about it. But this continues the good experiences that make me want to continue going and trying new stuff out. And that's ultimately what a Restaurant Week menu should do. It just doesn't... It's supposed to highlight what the restaurant can do well and almost make you excited to try out other restaurants. Because, you know, to me, I don't like looking at restaurants as competitors. I always try to look at it more of a community thing, because I think that when people get competitive, as someone who's been in the film business and seen a lot of Machiavellian bullshit, I'm more about a community sense, or more about a celebration of what people can do as far as cooking or creating art, which food is a form of art. So I'm happy. I'm really, really happy with this.